How are we doing, guys, and welcome back to the channel. As you can see today, I have a beautiful CB500F, and those of you that have been long-time subscribers will know this is exactly where my channel started, with the same bike. I had the 2021 model back then, and I absolutely adored that bike. Unfortunately, I had an accident, and since then I've been through a couple of bikes, but finally got back to these, and honestly it's just as good as I remember. As you can see, this one at the moment is completely stock, apart from the little windscreen that's on there, but I think that's going to come off. If anything, I feel like it just makes the wind go straight to my chin. It is a windy one today, guys, so if the sound's not brilliant, then I do apologise, but unfortunately I can't do anything about the weather. But I'm going to take you on a little scenic route with me today, and yeah, we'll talk about this bike a bit, because I have a lot to say about it. I've had pretty much all the bikes in the 500 range apart from the CBR. So yeah, let me get the camera on and we'll go for a little ride and talk about this beautiful bike. How are we doing, guys? So here we are right now in a little village called Heptonstall, which I come through every now and then on little scenic routes. So we're going to do it now, just because it's quite picturesque. I don't know what the wind's going to be like on this, so if the sound's not great, I apologise. Also, this bit is so bumpy. This is very, very old, this town. No tarmac, but it's very nice. Very cute. So yeah, back to the CB500F. So obviously I had one of these back in 2021. Had it for 2 years, absolutely loved it. Did about 14,000 miles on that bike. Went up to Scotland, Wales, Lake District, like loads of times, Peak District. And I really got to know that bike really well. Also had the 500X twice. I've had 2 Rebels, and this is my third CB500F. The last one I had was a 2014 model, and it really was not in good shape, which was the reason why I got rid of it. But I love all these bikes with the 500 engine. They're smooth, super reliable, frugal on fuel, and they're fast enough, you know. You want to go super speeds, obviously you're going to want to get a sport bike, but for the normal roads that you're going to be riding in the UK, this is plenty fast enough. Yeah, this bike is just, for me, it's perfect. The seat height, it's got these big wide handlebars. I love the dashboard on it. Like I said, the engine's super smooth. And for what they cost as well, they're just great bikes. Now, I've been a member of a couple of forums for these bikes for a long time, and it's not out of the norm to find models of this bike, or any in the 500 range, with like 250,000 miles. I know some people that have been like commuters, dispatch riders, stuff like that. And yeah, as long as you look after these things, keep them topped up with fresh oil, use them regularly, you know, don't leave them sat for a long time, these bikes will just keep going and going and going. They are absolutely phenomenal bikes. My personal opinion, sorry, and I'm obviously going to be a bit biased, I think these are one of the best bikes that money can buy. You know, of course you've got your expensive Ducatis, your Africa Twins, stuff like that, but what this gives you back in value for money with your fuel, your insurance, tax, all that stuff, I don't think it can be beaten at the quality that it comes in. Obviously, you know, there are some competitors for this bike. You've got now the new Kawasaki Z500, the old Z400, Suzuki, I suppose you could say the SV650, even though it's a bigger engine. The MT-07, again, bigger engine, more power. but at the same time, more price, more cost on insurance, more cost on fuel, everything. You know, the most famous bike in this bike range, I would say, is the 500X, because people have, you know, done all sorts with them. Anyone that is a proper biker and, you know, knows who Itchy Boots is, knows that she took hers. I'm trying to think where she took her 500X. I think she took it round India. But they're one of them bikes, you can take them anywhere in the world and you're going to find parts for them. And they're rugged, like you can really beat these bikes up, and like I said, as long as you're on top of the service schedule, they just keep going. Yeah, so just outside Hebden Bridge now. This road's in a really bad way, but it is a good road. It's fun, it's technical. When I first ever went up Hard Knot Pass, I didn't find it difficult, and it's because I used to come up here all the time. This is more or less like Hard Knot Pass, just busier, because a lot of people use this for commuting and stuff. See how tight that were then? I mean, second gear, having to like really use the revs just to get her going up. But yeah, it is beautiful up here, and I do like these kind of rides as well. You know, I'm not into big A roads where you're just on like long bypasses for like half an hour and stuff. It's boring. You're just there with a bunch of other traffic, whereas here obviously you're going to see a few cars, but more or less got the road to myself and all this beautiful scenery. These are my kind of roads. Anyway, back to the bike. So this one is a 2023 model. I could have had a Hornet for the same price, but I don't know what it is. I really like the dash on this, and I feel like this is better looking than the Hornet. I don't like the new headlight that they've put on the Hornet, and the way the engine's blacked out and the forks are blacked out. I like this one with the bronze engine casings, the gold forks I think they are, and the, you know, the headlight that they updated. I think this is the perfect iteration of the bike. Same with the CB500X. I think the 23 plate CB500X is a better looking bike than the new NX500. But again, that's down to taste. For me, I think that these were what they should have been all along. They should have had the upside down forks. They should have had the dual brakes at the front. This one at the minute is completely stock. The only thing that's on here is the GV screen at the front. It's probably going to come off, I'm going to be honest. I don't like the way it diverts the wind towards my chin. I know a lot of people, they like to get a screen so it takes the wind off the chest. For me, I don't mind it. I think if you're on a naked bike, you should just know that there's going to be wind. When I had I had two CB500Xs, and I went through the same drama with those, getting this screen, that screen, taller screen with an extender, and you just never can get them right. Obviously it depends on how long of a torso you've got as well, and how tall you are, depends where that wind's going to hit. And for me, it just became this like never-ending trials of different screens. And I think for naked bikes, the screen's just a silly idea, unless it's a tiny little bikini fairing for styling, you know, fair enough. But I'm rambling today. It's because I've had this bike like just short of a week now, and every day that I've been able to get out on it, I've got out. Like, it's been Easter weekend, and the second all the like family meals and stuff were done, that was it. I was even out last night. I went out at like 11:30 at night, knowing the roads would be quiet, and it's just a chance for me to get used to the bike again. As most people will know, you can't do a review on a bike off like a first ride. You've got to, you know, you've got to have a few rides before you can fully feel what it's about and fully gel with it. I think I've probably done about 100 miles on this now, and it feels definitely improved on the 2021 model. These shower upside down forks are amazing. The headlight at night time's absolutely phenomenal. The brakes, a night and day difference compared to the last bike. And yeah, it's just a really, everything else is the same. The seat's just as comfortable, it rides more or less the same, but like I said, it just goes over the bumps a bit better. It's got a bit more feel in the corners, and yeah, other than that, everything else is just, it's just higher spec and slightly better. But yeah, I've plenty of plans for this. Got videos planned to go up to the lakes and do some of the passes, take you guys up with me. Obviously I'm going to modify this bike to some extent, maybe an exhaust, some bar risers, because I put bar risers on the last one. It's not that there's a lean to the bars or anything, it's just because I like doing long distance rides. It's just if I can make it a little bit more comfortable on the wrist, then I will do. But yeah, let's go. Yeah, for this bit I'm just gonna ride, so I'm gonna shut up for a minute. You could just enjoy these views of the Lancashire hills. Beautiful up here. Love this place. I absolutely love this bike. One thing I'm going to touch on as well, how come these rural roads up here, sure they're a little bit bumpy, but that's to be expected with the landscape they're built on top of, but look at the tarmac, and then you go to anywhere that's populated in the UK now and the roads are absolutely shocking. It's like you have to concentrate more on the potholes than you are on the car ahead and everything else that's going on. It's getting really, really dangerous, and I don't know what's going on with funding for it and everything, but something needs to be done soon, because the reason I lost my last CB500F was down to road condition, and the council paid me out for that, but it feels like it doesn't matter how many accidents or payouts they have to make, they don't seem to be making any real progress on resurfacing our roads and making them safe. But I won't go into politics, because this is what I come here for, to get away from all the headaches of life and just enjoy being on the bike, as I'm sure the rest of you do. If you guys obviously have any questions to ask about the bike or suggestions of what to do to it, hit me up. Leave something in the comments. If you've got a 500 as well, tell me what you've done to yours, recommended mods, and that means any 500 in the Honda range as well, because like I said, I've had the Rebel, the 500X, the F, all fantastic bikes. I love all of them. The only reason I didn't get on with the X so much is because I'm a short guy and they're a very tall bike. Look at that view. Yeah, and it just manually moving it around was a bit of a pain for me, whereas if I can get my feet on the floor properly, it's a bit more of a pleasure. That's what I loved about the Rebel. I could literally sit on it and walk it backwards out of any parking space, and there's no fuss whatsoever. Yeah, did really like the Rebel. It was a great bike. Hello, bike friend. Always say hello to the other bikers, even if they're on a scooter. We all started somewhere. I was on a 125 and used to get some people wouldn't nod back at you, and I used to think, what have I done wrong? I'm just doing the same as you. I'm riding the same roads on two wheels. Let's get past here. What a great bike, what a great road. What a great bike. Be careful here because there's a little turn in there. Nearly been caught out there a couple of times. Let's go, baby! Plenty of bikes out today. Oh, scooter. Hello, mate. Bless him, warming his tyres up for that 9 horsepower that he's ready to unleash on the Lancashire hills. This is beautiful. There's Pendle Hill over there. This is, I think it's Cliviger Wind Farm or Worsthorne, one of the two, I'm not sure. Let's go! Cool it. But yeah, like I said, this is a road that I'll come to on an afternoon if I've got time for a ride, but not got time to go like Lake District or somewhere a bit out the way. This is just a good place to get the bike, stretch its legs. Done this ride 1,000 times on one of these, which is why I'm doing it again, just to kind of get used to it again. Another thing that I love with this bike, 17.1 litre fuel tank. Right now I'm doing 95 miles per gallon, even though I've been climbing steep hills and all sorts. And yeah, 300-mile petrol tank. This is what I don't get. You get some adventure bikes with tanks that aren't as big as this. Or you get like big 900, 1000cc bikes and they don't have petrol tank this big. And I'm like, surely if you've got an engine that uses more fuel, why aren't you facilitating it with a bigger tank? And I think I think I know the reason why. I think it's so then they can keep the weight of the bike down, because obviously everyone publishes their stats with half a fuel tank of fuel. So the more fuel's in it, the heavier it is, and they're just, all the manufacturers want to be like, oh, our bike's lighter than yours, and it's like, no, it's just got a smaller fuel tank. And now it means your rider has to go out on a full tank of fuel and know that at the end of his day he's probably got to fill his bike up again. And to me, that's annoying. Like, I could take this from my house in like, I'm in between like Blackburn and Burnley, but I could take my bike from there up to the Lake District, do a couple of the passes, ride back, and I've still got fuel in my tank. Isn't that what biking's about? Like, getting miles done and spending more time on the bike rather than, yeah, filling up, which is also a hindrance at the minute because of how much it's costing for fuel. Right, time to cool it now because I'm heading into this little village. But yeah, as you see, I'm back being more consistent with the videos. I'm sorry I didn't upload last week. Had shocking weather, and obviously there were things going on with trading the bike and everything else. But I am back. Loads of videos planned, loads of ideas, loads of dealerships I've spoken to that are happy to let me borrow some bikes off them and do some reviews, so it's going to be busy. Plenty of stuff coming up on the channel. Like I said, if there's any any videos or ideas you want to put in, let me know, because ultimately I'm making the videos for you guys, so tell me what you guys want to see more of, and I'll try my best to do that if it's, you know, within possibilities for me. Just want to say at the end of the video as well, a couple of thank yous to a couple of people, because getting this channel back up and running has meant me learning a lot about cameras, microphones, things like that. And there's 3 people that I've actually pestered, to be honest. There's 3 people that I've pestered for advice, and they've given me loads, and just want to say thank you to them. So username Kate, fantastic advice. Same with her partner Mike Pye. Like that, guys. My type of guy. Feel like we're quite alike. And also Bike Rider Adam, whose videos you might have seen. He does a lot of his commute videos and stuff. He's been great as well, with a lot of advice and spending time replying to me and stuff. So just a thank you to you 3. because I know nothing about vlogging. I know nothing about cameras, editing, all this stuff, and to you guys, you're probably thinking, oh, I only answered a few questions, but trust me, that stuff's been valuable in getting this channel going again. Anyway, I'm heading back into more or less slow traffic now, and I think I've more or less said what I wanted to say for this video. So yeah, just want to say thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, leave a comment, share if you like. Let's get me out there. But yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Get out on your bike in the sun while we've got it. Ride safe. And just be nice to each other, guys. Take care.